Here at the friendly confines, Wrigley Field. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. First pitch coming your way next. And today's starter, Shota Imanaga. What do we need to know here?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Chase Mitra leading things off and takes a strike. This one smoked, could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And it's a double to start the game.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
That one's in there. That's strike one. Man at second. Popped up left side. And there's one away. Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers, so we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, Boog, one reason for those long balls comes from the lineup being aggressive and confident. If they maintain that approach, they could hit a few more today.
So now with one away and a man at second. And up next for Chicago, Miguel Vargas.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Just underway here from Wrigley. Ground ball up the middle. Fires over to first. 2 down.
That is the first baseman, number 5, Munetaka Murakami.
And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at the friendly confines, getting the start for the Chicago White Sox, Sean Burke. What do we have on him?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Leading off, Michael Busch. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Now the 0-1. Burke, the tall righty, 240 pounds, and he was a third-round pick in 2021. That one lifted to left. Benintendi on the move, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one down. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but They've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Here's a 1-1. In the air out to center. Pulls up, and that's in there for a knock. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting third, the left fielder.
Just a
number 8,
very nice approach
Ian.
and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
In half up to hit. And that's in for a strike. Going one. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Takes it in for the out. Out number 2.
Batting fourth, the second baseman, Nico. Lorna.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Bregman, the runner at first with 2 gone. Lined, and that's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Pete Crow Armstrong in the box now. Takes strike 1. That one is absolutely belted. That one hops off the wall and should score at least 1. 1 runs in there safely. It's 2-zip.
Well, he had the opportunity to drive in some runs, and he comes through to break the tie. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Close, but called a ball. Ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they've still got both their challenges. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Man on second, 2 down. Over to first, and the inning is over. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back here at Wrigley Field, second inning set to go. Austin Hayes steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Whoa, whoa. No.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes. Well, he came right at him right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
Swings through that one. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Payoff pitch. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Oh, 1 now. Right through there for a strike. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. 2 down, base is empty. So now it's the White Sox DH, Lenny Sosa. Swinging a foul straight back. Fastball for a strike. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. They trail it here 2-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. And here's the DH for the Cubs, Moises Ballesteros.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Here comes the 0-1. Chopped left side. Montgomery. Now the throw to first on the run. And they get the out.
Batting 8, the shortstop, Gansby. Watson.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Out towards left center. And a base hit. And a man aboard. The batter will be Michael Conforto.
Number 20, Michael Conforto.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Line to left. Benintendi takes it in for the out. 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs, the first baseman, Michael Brooks.
Low.
Swanson leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
That's a ball.
The 2-1. Just missed. Alex Bregman up next. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner in the scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Alex Bregman.
I know we're still early in the stages of this game, but this at-bat has the potential of being a difference maker. You've got to stay calm in the box.
There's the strike. First and second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. Fouled off down the right side.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. In time. Nicely done. They get out of the jam. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. New inning getting started. Edgar Caro steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Well, it's clear they're struggling with pitch selection today. Swinging it off-speed stuff off the plate. They need to be more patient and wait for the right pitch, not just the next pitch.
Battling here as he fouls it away. This to center field. Tracks it down for the out. And there's 1 down.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
And first offering is fouled off. Just missed. That one fouled off. One and 2 now. Struck him out without a swing. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Popped in the air, left field, and that is that. Nothing doing here this half. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Cubs 2 and the White Sox nothing. Here at Wrigley Field, stepping in, Ian Happ.
Number 8, Ian Happ.
There's a line drive to left field. 1 down.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Nico Gordo.
Out towards right center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Up next for the Cubs.
Pete Crow Armstrong now at the plate. He drove in 2 with a double his first time up. The 0-1. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He muscles that one out of here. And they boost their lead. That was blasted.
Absolutely. No doubt off the bat. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow through to drive it out of here.
Two runs across in the inning here in the last half of the third. On a line out towards center. Acuna takes it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Esteros takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Two down, nobody on. Next pitch in for a strike, and 1-1. On the ground right side, my draw. There with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. Cubs add 2 on this homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back here at the friendly confines as we go to the top of the 4th. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. Now a screamer into the outfield, and that's got extra bases written all over it. And he's got a leadoff double in the 4th.
A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game. Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Man at second. On the ground right side. Oh, he gloves it. Throw to the pitcher, and that's a great play for the out.
Well, he makes a great decision to go ahead and dive to stop that ball. Nice little flip to the pitcher covering. Those are those PFPs, pitchers fielding plays.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Munetaka Murakami.
With a runner at third, this is who they want at the plate. He's so good at getting a run across in these situations.
One away with a runner at third. Top half of inning number 4. That one catches the zone. 0-2. In the air, left field. Hat on his way over and makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly. They're on the board 4-1.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
Swanson fires over to first. Third out. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Cubs 4 and the White Sox 1. Back here at Wrigley Field, Swanson digs in.
You know, these Cubs doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Lined into left center, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Sean Burke done for the afternoon, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Number 63 comes on now.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Quick toss to first, and he's back in safely.
All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point.
Breaking ball misses up and in. The 1-0. Swanson aboard here at first with nobody out. Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. Lead runner around second.
Back-to-back singles. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Now it's going to be Michael Busch. He's 0 for 1. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. The Cubbies trying to break this one open. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit as a run scores. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. Next offering is fouled back. Oh, and 2 now. Out towards right center field. He's got it. Runner tags at second. The relay throw. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only 1 out. Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit. Right through there for a strike. Oh, great stop. The feed for one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
I promise you, there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Quick move to first. Happ dives back in safely. Up the middle. And he beats it. He's safe. First and second. 2 outs. Pete Crow Armstrong digs in now.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Nope, that's low.
The 1-0. And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch. He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Benintendi gets under it. And that'll do it. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. We played 4. It's the Cubs 6 and the White Sox 1. Here at Wrigley Field, ready now for the 5th inning. Andrew Benintendi steps to the plate for the White Sox. And it's fouled away.
You know, these White Sox finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a splitter.
Up next is Chicago, the designated hitter.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. That one pushed foul. Yo, 1. Ripped, but it curls foul. Swing and a high fly ball to left. 2 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
This one in the air center field. And that's the 3rd out. Down in order go the White Sox. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. Bottom of the inning, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Pitch is in there, and it's 0-2.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
No, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there, he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Drop takes it in for the out. That's out number 2.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
And here comes Dansby Swanson. He's 2 for 2. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. 2 down, nobody on. Center field. Brings it in, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down that time. We're through 5. It's the Cubs 6 and the White Sox 1. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the White Sox. That's in there, and it's 0-1. In the air, right field, Conforto gliding in towards the infield. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
The batter, number 10, second baseman, Chase.
Splits the plate. That's strike 1.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
Swings through that. Swings and misses. Picks up strikeout number 7. 2 outs, base is empty. Colson Montgomery getting ready to hit. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners on.
2 down, nobody on, and we're the top half of the 6th. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that just misses.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. Nothing doing for the White Sox. They trail it 6-1. Well, we go bottom 6, and here is Michael Conforto.
Number 20, Michael Conforto.
Late swing, foul to the left. That's a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
The first baseman, Michael.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Here comes the 0-1. Pulls that one foul. Conforto gets his lead at first with nobody out. That one almost got him. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Line drive. Acuna on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time, as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
1 out man at first. So up next for Chicago, Alex Bregman, 1 for 3. Right through there for a strike. Good job to fight that one off. And they'll do it again. Man at first, 1 away. On a line, base hit. Around second, on his way to third. The relay, and it gets away from him. Doesn't get too far away, so no one moves up.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Strike 1. Runners at the corners, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. On the ground, could be 2. Montgomery over to second, and that's 2. 7th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 6 and the White Sox 1. Jacob Webb on a pitch out of the pen here.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Fought off foul. And there's a strike on the outside corner. On the ground right side. He takes it on his own, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Up next for the White Sox, the first baseman, number 5, Munetaka Murakami.
That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. The Cubs leading by 5 here in the top half of inning number 7.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Now 2 away. And now it's Austin Hayes. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch. It's the Cubs 6 and the White Sox 1. A new pitcher in the game, Chris Murphy.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Second baseman, Warner.
Right through there for a strike.
Not sure if he was expected for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Hit hard, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
That clips the corner. Horner gets his lead at first. Nobody out. That's ripped into the outfield. And he makes the catch. 1 away.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, Carson.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Activity in the pen for the White Sox. Tyler Gilbert, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Step off throw to first. Horner back in on a dive. Horner on the go to the right side. In plenty of time to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Morgan. Ryan Arrow.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And it's a called strike after the review. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2. Swing and a bouncer. Mydroff out with room to spare, and that's the inning. One left for the Cubs. They still lead it, though, 6-1.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Phil Maton. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
And the sweeper is in for a strike. Stays alive. Here's a 1-2. Swings and misses, and that's the first out.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball. If you're the pitcher, hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound. No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
No question about this one. It's out of here. And they close the gap. It's 6-2.
That gives them hope they can pull off this comeback. They just need a few more swings like that, and they're back in business. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
One down. Next to hit, Edgar Caro. Foul ball there. The 0-1.
Nope. That's inside.
Breaking ball through there for a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it falls. And that's a 1-out single.
Got on plane with that pitch, not as far away, but out there a little bit, but he let it travel, tracked it, didn't try to pull it. And that's something that can help you get going, get on track. Maybe a little bit too late in this ball game, but you just never know.
Carroll, the base runner at first with 1 out. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
In the air, foul off first. And that is that. But the White Sox get 1 on a homer. Now a 6-2 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Wrigley Field, on to the bottom of the 8th, Dansby Swanson getting ready to hit. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Out towards right center field. Hayes coming on. And there's one away.
Up next for the Cubs, the right fielder, number 20, Michael Conforto.
Popped in the air, left field, brings it in, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the Cubs.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Chris Murphy gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Tyler Gilbert gets the ball now.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit.
Nope, that's off the plate.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning.
No, that's the ball.
Two down, nobody on. On the ground. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still manages a throw. He makes the throw, but it's not in time. And they can't get the out.
Well, with 2 outs, I'm thinking he had his mind on getting in the dugout so they could get to hitting. All it takes is just a little lapse in concentration. So now let's see if his pitcher will pick him up.
A sliding stop. Throw to second. What a play. Inning over. Cubs leave 1. They lead it 6-2. Here at Wrigley Field, all set to start the 9th in this one. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
No, he's really working that inside corner with the cutter. I tell you what, I hated that pitch. So tough to get the barrel to and to keep it fair.
Here's the 0-2.
0-2 count. You got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
One, 2 now.
Well,
Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Right side. And that one handled on to first. That's a very athletic play.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get to this one or not. Had to go a pretty good way there in the shallow right field. But then after that, it's a tough angle after you square up your shoulders to throw to first base. Not the normal position, but a really good job defensively right there.
Murakami, the next to hit, takes ball one. Two down, nobody on. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The 1-1. They're down to their final strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's a 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. On the ground to the left, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for two. Into second, and he's got it doubled.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Runner at second, two down. Here at the top of the ninth. Not even close there. And it's a ball and a strike. Went with the sweeper for the strike. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Coming home. Here comes the throw. The tag, and he's in there. It's 6-3.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Daniel Palencia on to try and close it out.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
In the air, left field, Hap on his horse. And that'll do it.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
6-3 our final score. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.